Okay, so I'm mostly satisfied, partially. I don't know. I finished a kind of a He-Man, and now it's time to work on Skeletor. And I started this with like this Necromancer model that I found, and that very quickly that just fell apart because, well, as you can see, it's a mess. So I went to get this skeleton necromancer from Phalum. I just like messing with this character. I like doing stuff with it. I figured putting that together with this big ugly dude from the barbarian kit that I used in the other videos, that this might be the way to get my Skeletor. So first thing I got to do with the barbarian is get rid of his head. In modeling mode, there is this polycut tool, which just gives you like sort of a really basic piece of geometry to just cut through whatever your mesh is. So I like to use this to kind of just round things out and get rid of a head if I need to get rid of a head. And then in modeling mode again, there is the split function, which just will let you kind of split up a mesh depending on different things. I think here I used the materials as a qualifier, and so that just that got the head and the hood off of there. Even though the skull for that the character was pretty cartoony, it mostly works visually, and then I just gotta bring in He-Man, the first model I built, just to make sure that things are like consistently sized, and skulls are weird to size anyway. If you just had no skin on your face, it wouldn't look. Anyway, so the next thing I do is just getting the skin color to be our boy Skeletor's skin color. So just by adding a lerp and a vector color, and then just copying that into the armor and anything else that I need to change the colors on. I'm not doing anything too detailed. I'm just basically dropping an overlay of a color on top of everything so that we can just get a blue guy wearing purple armor. And then get rid of that chest plate, and he's already unmistakably Skeletor. But I ended up not liking the hood that came with that the cartoony guy, so I'm looking for a hood. And I found this sexy Skeletor girl, brought her in, and she's obviously just a gigantic model. And all I want from her is the Havoc Staff, and then I just deleted the rest of it. And then I bring in this hooded dude, and of course he's too small, so make him super big, and using the polycut tool again, but reversing it, now I can just keep the head. And I really like the fabric, like the shoulder fabric that's kind of around it as well. It's very Skeletor. So I keep all of that, and then again just resize it, tweak it, and about here is where I realize that there's like a bulbous black sphere inside the mesh that I can't really separate. So yeah, I'm using the mesh cut and a sphere that I brought in just to clear out a hole in the hood. Then I just got to get rid of these spikes. It's a little too badass looking. This is not King Koopa. It's Skeletor. And then once I cleared all that away, I still was not happy with the boots. They were just not slimming enough. And I know that a lot of guys out there are going to be Skeletor Clawfoot fans, but for me, Skeletor is the Filmation version, and that guy, he wears a pair of slimming purple boots. Again, just pulling from that Barbarian asset pack that I've been using, I found some boots that were more in line with the Filmation Skeletor, but still add a little bit of detail. Update the colors, get that all purpled up. Then I go looking for some weapons. I got these stylized medieval weapons pack. I just actually started breaking these up and just cutting them up using modeling mode, just so I can get like a really good, impressive looking staff for the base of the Havoc Staff. And it turned out there was also just a ram skull in the Barbarian pack as well, so I ended up using that just because it was less cartoony and kind of more in line with the style I'm going for. I just need to split that one up and then adjust the horns a little bit and bring that on over to Skeletor to size it up right. That just took a few more tweaks. After exporting my model, I go over to AccuRig and I just do a quick standard setup. Humanoid, 5 fingers, not a big deal. Check him out first, make sure that he's walking and moving right, and it's looking okay. So then I re-import the whole model as a skeletal mesh with all the things attached, and then usually gotta fix up the color. So I'm reassigning all the materials that I was tweaking earlier. You know what's funny is I did this way before the He-Man trailer for the new movie came out, and he ended up kind of looking like the new Masters of the Universe movie Skeletor. And now it's time to turn him into a playable character, because why not? So I just duplicate my He-Man character that I got, and this is just using the Everything Starter Kit, and with the retargeting in that is all automatic, so I just got to swap him out and then go over to the pickup items data table, just create the Havoc staff, change a few settings on it. There we go. I got Skeletor walking around with his Havoc staff. I think he looks great. So, back over at Snake Mountain, I just wanted to see what it would look like for him to just kind of be hanging out in his big snake mouth looking around. And, you know what? I kind of like it. So I took him on a stroll around Eternia, zip right on over to Castle Grayskull. It was about here that I realized that he looked kind of weird carrying the staff like next to him like that. But the Everything Starter Kit comes with another carry animation that is the elbow turned up. So now he can hold it and walk and look like a big badass. There you go, bonehead.